It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing episode 6 of Draw Your Journal. If you're new here, Draw Your Journal is my prompt journal that I wrote. It's available now on Amazon and you can check it out there. Draw Your Journal is different than other prompt journals because it acts more like a diary. Before I even wrote Draw Your Journal, I was really looking for a prompt journal that could also act as a diary. And when I was looking for that journal, I discovered that it did not exist. So I wrote it. Each prompt in Draw Your Journal focuses on you and your personality and the things that you like to do. So when I fill out this book, it's basically my diary, but then if you filled it out, it would be basically your diary. I think we get what the prompt journal is. Let's get started on today's pages. Okay, so here is my Draw Your Journal, and I'm flipping to the page that says, draw your unpopular opinions. Draw things that are unpopular to like or dislike. Unpopular opinions, unpopular opinions. Okay. So my unpopular opinion is, I think, gonna be quite an unpopular opinion. I am sketching out my drawing and all the things that I have some unpopular opinions about. Here's my eraser, and we're just erasing these lines until you can barely see that they're even there. Where did they go? Spooky. Taking out my 132 pack of Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. I've been really loving using these recently. Here they are. These are the colors I will be using for this piece. I've been nervous to do this page because unpopular opinions are, well, unpopular, and I don't want you people to be upset with me. But here we are. You'll notice that I am drawing pumpkins. And before we get into my unpopular opinion, I would like to say I do like pumpkins. I like the fall. It's probably my favorite season. I mean, the summer is pretty great, but I love the fall. I love pumpkins. I love to look at them. I love to paint on them. I love to carve them. But the taste of pumpkin. How do I put this? I don't get it. Like, the taste of pumpkin is okay, but I don't understand why everyone likes it so much. Like, it's just not a flavor that I really enjoy at all. I don't understand why everyone's so excited for pumpkin season, where we get to eat pumpkin spice lattes and pumpkin flavored drinks and pumpkin muffins and pumpkin pie. 3 colored pencils in a row. That has to be a record. And let me back up here. Like, thematically, I'm on board. I'm totally on board. I love the fall. I think the fall is awesome. I love the colors. I love pumpkins just in general. Like, if you think about a pumpkin in nature we have a lot of green, a lot of brown, a lot of blue in the sky, and then all of a sudden you see an orange pumpkin, and you're like, how is this possible? It's so pretty, so bright. It doesn't make any sense. But the flavor, why are we eating them? That's my question. Even pumpkin pie, I have qualms with. The texture alone is so upsetting. It's like mush. It's just like a triangle of mush. Who likes pumpkin pie? Does anyone like it, or are we all just eating it? That's what I want to know about that. As for the rest of the decorations around this piece, I actually really love fall leaves. I love the colors. That's not an unpopular opinion. I just thought it went really well with the fall theme we have going on here. So we have a mixture. We have a mixture of likes and dislikes. In summary, my total unpopular opinion is that pumpkins are not meant to be eaten. Pumpkins should be looked at, they should be decorated with, but we should stop eating them. After I was fully done with this page, I took a matte Mod Podge and then glued it into the book. And here's what the final page turned out looking like. I personally really love the colors of fall. I love looking at pumpkins, and I love all the shading that was involved in this. I just think we should stop eating them. Who's with me? Probably no one, because I'm assuming that everyone loves pumpkins, because it's so popular. Before we move on to the next page, I just wanted to say thank you so much to anyone that has gotten Draw Your Journal. I've been seeing all the numbers of people buying it, and I can't believe it. I love seeing your work. These look so cute. Moving on to the next page, it says Draw Your Heart. So this one is a little bit more vague, admittedly, so you could really interpret this page however you want to interpret it. You could interpret it as maybe your favorite charity where you show your heart, or something you really love, or maybe you could draw an actual human heart. Well, that would be actually crazy. I should have done that. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, anyway, as you can see, I decided to go with a more cartoon-like heart. I personally love using lots of colors in my drawings, and I thought, since this page is show your heart or draw your heart, then I could show what I truly love to do in art. And that is to draw things that are really colorful, really cutesy, and fun. I wanted this heart to be small in the center and then get bigger as it went out. And I achieved that in 2 ways. The first way is pretty obvious. You just draw a really small heart and you outline the heart until it gradually becomes so big that it takes up the whole page. The second way is a little more subtle, but as I drew these lines, each line gradually increased in thickness. So by the time I reached the last line of this heart, I think it was over an inch big. Now, I will say, if you are around my age, you're probably thinking of something very specific. I also, I'm sure everyone did, loved the Powerpuff Girls growing up. If you are a youngin', these are the Powerpuff Girls, and in the end screen to their cartoon, they had this heart that would look like it was getting bigger at you when you were looking at it. And really, I could have picked a lot of things for this heart. I was thinking of doing a drippy heart, I was thinking of doing heart patterns, but ultimately, I decided to interpret this prompt as when I draw my heart, I'm showing what I truly love to create in art. And I also kind of just had to go with my gut, you know? I love the Powerpuff Girls, and when I think of hearts, I really do think of that end screen a lot, and I really wanted that to be in my diary. When I was done, I took out my matte Mod Podge, hard to open, oh my gosh. I protected the other pages in the book, and then started painting my Mod Podge on top of the page just to seal everything in. With colored pencils, things tend to smear over time, and you really want to seal it in. And here is what the final page turned out looking like. I know that this page is quite simple, but sometimes it's just fun to create something that's simple and colorful, and I also really like that it kind of looks like a tunnel of hearts. If you would like to preview Draw Your Journal for free, all you have to do is go to my website, bellamena.com. Under the newsletter tab, enter your email, and I will automatically email you 5 extra pages that are not included in the book, and you can kind of preview what it's like to own it. On to the next page. Draw your number. Dedicate this page to your favorite number. Okay, so there are actually a lot of ways you could interpret this page. For me, I decided to draw my favorite number, which is the number 11. I drew it twice. And then I decided to turn the number into a cartoon drawing. So that way I could incorporate the number 11 into my drawing without explicitly drawing the number 11. And there's nothing wrong if you wanted to dedicate the page to the number 11 and just draw a bunch of 11s everywhere in fun ways. You could totally do that. Or if your favorite number was 3, for example, you could turn the number 3 into a butterfly. I've seen the number 5 online turned into a duck. But my point is that you could do this prompt however you want to do it. I just decided to turn mine into weird bunny cartoons. On the left, we have our male workout bunny. He's lifting weights, very nicely winking at the female workout bunny, who is riding a bicycle. They both have sweatbands around their head, and that's because I'm incorporating the bottom part of the 11. The sweatband around their heads does imply that these bunnies are from the 80s. Perhaps they are 80s workout bunnies. Weird concept. It honestly feels like one of those drawings out of those random generators where it's like you get 3 things. You get like an activity, you get an animal, and you get like a number or something, and then you have to just incorporate all of them into a drawing. That's what this feels like. After coloring the bunnies in, I took out my white gel pen and added some sparkles to their eyes. I also added a bunch of blue, pink, and brown stars and polka dots to the background. I may have gotten a bit carried away with the stars and the dots, but I guess I like it. Last but not least, I added some matte Mod Podge to the page to seal everything in. And here is what the final page turned out looking like. I think it was kind of fun that I was able to incorporate the number 11 into the cartoon without explicitly drawing the number 11. Overall, I really like this one, and I think it would make a really cute squishy. I'll try to keep my eye out for how I can do that, maybe. And here are all 3 of the pages I did for this episode of Draw Your Journal. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!
Hey.